How many times have you looked at your phone hoping their name appears? How many nights have you felt that emptiness in your chest, wondering why they don't call you, why they don't look for you, why do they seem to have forgotten you? The weight is desperate and anxiety breaks the soul. But today you are going to discover a secret that Carl Gustav Jung kept in the deepest of his research on the collective unconscious. In exactly 4 minutes, that person will feel a magnetic force impossible to resist that will force them to look for you. Jung said that synchronicity is the invisible bridge between the psychic world and the physical world, a connection that transcends time and space, where two souls can touch without saying a single word. This is not cheap magic or social media superstition. Jung was one of the most brilliant psychologists of the 20th century, founder of analytical psychology, and he discovered that there is an invisible ocean that connects all human minds. Today, everything changes for you. If you really want this to work, activate your like right now. It's not a button, it's your first act of faith in the invisible bond. It's your declaration to the universe that you are ready to receive what belongs to you. I know exactly what you feel. That silence that burns inside like a slow fire. That absence that hurts in the chest as if you were missing air. That question that haunts you every moment of the day. Why don't they call me? Have you checked your phone 1,000 times? Have you imagined conversations that never happen? Have you felt that mix of hope and desperation that keeps you awake in the early hours? And worst of all, is that you start to doubt yourself, your worth, if you ever really mattered. But listen to me carefully, because this is going to change your perspective forever. Jung discovered something that modern psychology still doesn't fully understand. He discovered that when we project our need for completeness onto another person, when that person becomes the mirror of our own soul, something he called the anima or animus archetype is activated. We are not separated as you believe. There is an invisible ocean, an energetic field, a collective unconscious that connects all human minds. You and that person are not disconnected. You never have been. The problem is that you didn't know how to consciously activate that bond. You are not crazy. You are not desperate. You are connected. And today you are going to learn how to use that connection. It's no coincidence that you have reached this video. It's no coincidence that something inside you pushed you to click. It's no coincidence that at this very moment you are reading these words. Synchronicity is already operating in your life. If up to now something inside you vibrated differently, leave a comment with the words, "I connect." These 3 words activate the first layer of the bond. Write them now. Now I'm going to reveal one of Carl Jung's deepest discoveries, something that forever changed our understanding of human relationships. Jung spent decades researching what he called the collective unconscious. It is not your individual mind. It is not your personal thoughts. It is a psychic ocean where all human souls are connected, where universal archetypes live and breathe, where love, desire, abandonment, and reunion exist as living forces that cross us all. Jung discovered that synchronicity is not coincidence. It is the moment when the internal world and the external world align perfectly. It's when you think of someone and that person calls you. It's when you dream something and the next day it happens. It is proof that we are all intertwined in an invisible fabric of consciousness. And here comes the most important thing. When you obsessively think about someone, when that person occupies every corner of your mind, you are creating a disturbance in that ocean of the collective unconscious. You are generating energetic waves that travel through that invisible field and go directly to that person's unconscious. She doesn't know why, but suddenly she feels restless. She feels an inexplicable need to think about you, to look for you, to reconnect with you. But listen to this very carefully, because here is the fatal mistake that almost everyone makes. The mistake that destroys the bond before it can work. Chasing, begging, sending desperate messages at 3 in the morning, calling over and over again, hoping they answer. that doesn't activate the invisible bond, that breaks it, that shatters it into 1,000 pieces. Because when you act from desperation, from scarcity, from emptiness, you are sending a frequency of need that repels instead of attracting. Jung explained it in a brilliant way. He said that when we chase something from the shadow, from the non-integrated part of ourselves, what we do is project our own incompleteness onto the other. And that projection creates distance, creates resistance, creates rejection. The hidden truth that Jung never openly published is this: conscious absence, magnetic silence, withdrawal from your own power creates a vacuum that literally sucks the other person back to you. It's not ghosting, it's not ignoring with resentment. It's an act of internal power. It's connecting with your own center, with what Jung called the self, and from there, radiating a frequency so powerful that the other person cannot help but feel it. Think of the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, but reversed. In the original myth, Orpheus loses Eurydice because he looks back, because he can't let go, because he doesn't trust. But when you reverse that energy, when you stop looking back, when you let go of the desperate need, that's when she comes back. Now I'm going to reveal the exact technique that activates this invisible bond. This is not common visualization, not positive thinking or superficial manifestation. This is quantum activation of the collective unconscious. It's entering the field where Jung discovered that time and space do not exist as we know them. We are going to do this together right now. Take a deep breath. Inhale, counting to 4. Hold the air, counting to 4. Exhale, counting to 4. Do it again. Inhale, hold, exhale. One more time. Feel how your body begins to relax, how your mind begins to quiet down. Close your eyes now. At this very moment, let everything external disappear. Only you and this present moment exist. Feel your breathing, feel your heartbeats. You are here, you are alive, you are complete. Now visualize a golden thread that begins to form in the center of your chest. It is a thread of pure, luminous, vibrant light. Feel how it beats with your own pulse. Feel how it radiates warmth. This thread is not imagination. It is real on the plane of the collective unconscious. Jung discovered that on that plane, symbols are as real as matter in our physical world. That golden thread begins to extend from your chest. It moves slowly, surely, with purpose. It goes through the walls of your room as if they didn't exist. It goes through buildings, streets, entire cities. That thread knows no physical obstacles because it travels through a dimension where only connection exists. Follow that thread with your consciousness. Watch how it moves through space, how it seeks its natural destiny. And now that thread reaches that person's chest. It gently wraps around their heart. It doesn't squeeze, it doesn't hurt. It simply connects. At this moment, even if that person is asleep, even if they are busy, even if they are with other people, their unconscious feels the connection, feels a gentle tug in the chest. They feel an inexplicable restlessness. Now visualize a sphere of violet light that begins to form around both of you. This sphere envelops you and that person, no matter where you are physically. Inside this sphere, time works differently. Jung explained that in the unconscious, there is no linear time. Past, present, and future coexist within this sphere. 4 minutes in the physical world become an eternity in the psychic world. Feel the sphere, feel its vibration, feel how it pulsates with a frequency of love, of completeness, of peace. This is crucial. You are not emanating need, you are not emanating lack, you are emanating fullness, because you have reconnected with your own center, with your own power. From that place of completeness, the bond is activated naturally. Now comes the most powerful part of the ritual. You are going to pronounce a silent command in your mind. It is not a plea, it is not a request, it is a declaration from your inner power. Repeat these words mentally 3 times. I call you from the silence. Come back to me because you want to. Say it again. I call you from the silence. Come back to me because you want to. Once more, I call you from the silence. Come back to me because you want to. Notice that you are not asking, you are not begging. You are reminding that person of something that their unconscious already knows, that there is a connection between you, that that connection was never really broken, that you have always been intertwined in that invisible ocean that Jung spoke of. You are not asking them to come back. You are reminding them that they were always connected to you. Now comes the final act, and it is the most difficult of all. You are going to cut the golden thread. Yes, you heard that right. You are going to cut it with love. Visualize a pair of light scissors in your hand. Bring them close to the golden thread that connects your chest to that person's chest. And now cut it. Watch how the two ends of the thread light up intensely at the moment of the cut. Watch how each end returns to its owner, entering each chest again, carrying with it the memory of the connection. This is the great Jungian paradox. To let go in order to receive, to cut in order to connect, to release in order to attract. When you cut the thread consciously from love and not from fear, what you do is activate the law of synchronicity. You create an empty space that the universe needs to fill, and that space is naturally filled with the return of what belongs to you. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath. The bond is activated. If you did the complete ritual, if you followed each step with real intention, comment right now. The bond is alive, and subscribe to this channel, because what comes next is even deeper. Now let me explain the hidden science behind what you just did, why it works, how it works, and what will happen in the next 4 minutes. You are not a victim of distance. You are not a victim of silence. You are not a victim of absence. You are an architect of synchronicity. You are a creator of your own reality. Jung dedicated his life to demonstrating that archetypes are not just abstract symbols. They are real psychic forces that operate in the collective unconscious and that directly influence our lives. The archetype of the lover, the archetype of the anima, if you are a man, or the animus, if you are a woman, are mirrors of your own unconscious. That person you desire so much, that person whose call you are waiting for, is actually a reflection of a part of yourself that you have not yet fully integrated. When you connect with your own center, with what Jung called the self, with your internal totality, you automatically magnetize that external reflection. It's not magic, it's psychic alchemy. It's the process that Jung studied for decades, and that few really understand. Synchronicity is not a coincidence. It is the moment when your internal world aligns so perfectly with your external reality that the impossible becomes inevitable. Jung said that when you withdraw the projection, when you stop seeing the other person as the source of your completeness, and you recognize that completeness, then the real person appears. It is no longer a fantasy. It is no longer a need. It is a genuine encounter between two complete beings. Now let's talk about the next 4 minutes. Why that specific time? The unconscious does not know linear time as we know it, but at the moment, immediately after activating the ritual, your vibrational frequency is at its highest point. It is sending a signal so clear, so powerful, so magnetic that it crosses all barriers. In the next 4 minutes, that person is going to feel something. It could be a sudden restlessness. It could be an inexplicable need to check their phone. It could be a sudden memory of you that arrives for no apparent reason. It could be an impulse that they don't understand, but that they can't ignore. Their conscious mind won't know what's happening, but their unconscious does. Their unconscious has received your call through the invisible bond, and synchronicity is activated. But listen to me very carefully, because this is crucial, the mistake that destroys everything. Doing the ritual and then staying looking at your phone anxiously, checking every minute to see if they texted you, desperately waiting for the notification. That anxious wait is the energy of lack. It is the frequency that repels instead of attracting. After the ritual, you have to live. You have to trust. You have to completely let go. Do something you like. Go for a walk. Listen to music. Immerse yourself in any activity that makes you feel alive, present, complete. Because when you let go of the need for the result, that is exactly when the result arrives. Now, let me tell you something important. What happens if in 4 minutes they don't call you? What if hours, days pass, and there is no response. This is not a failure. It means the universe is protecting you. Jung said it perfectly. What is meant to be yours will return at the right time. What is not meant to be yours will free you for something better. Maybe the answer is not an immediate call. Maybe it's a synchronous meeting in 3 days. Maybe it's the clarity you needed to move on. The invisible bond never fails. The universe always protects you from what you don't deserve. Today, you didn't learn a trick. You awakened an ancestral truth. You traveled from desperation to your own power, from absence to presence, from lack to totality. The bond was always there. It just needed you to see it. Jung said something that changed my life, and today I give it to you. Until you make your unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it destiny. Today you took the reins. Today you became the architect of your synchronicity. You are complete without that call. You are powerful, with or without a response. The bond returns you to yourself, and that is the most valuable thing that exists. If this video changed something inside you, like it now to seal the ritual. This like is not just a button. It is your energetic commitment to your own transformation. Comment, the bond is activated so that the algorithm amplifies your intention and reaches whoever really needs to hear this. Share this video only with someone who is ready to awaken, because synchronicity is not for everyone. It is for those who dare to see beyond. And subscribe to this channel, because every week I activate new Jungian portals. Here, each video is a key. Each teaching is an awakening. I'll see you on the other side of the invisible bond.